For this video, I'm going to show you how you can use either one of these calculators to basically do these right here. So using these two calculators is actually a little bit trickier because you're not going to necessarily be able to do multiple steps in one. Okay, so for here, if I wanted to do 5 times sine of 65, I'm actually going to start with sine of 65 first. And if I press sine 65, it's not going to work. Instead, what you're going to have to do in either one of these is you're going to have to say 65 followed by sine. So here as well, 65 followed by sine. You'll see it's the same thing. After you've done that, then you're going to multiply by 5. So I'm going to say times 5, and I'm going to say times 5. Okay, so using these two calculators, this problem is not as straightforward as substituting it in. So I would recommend avoid using these if possible. Alright, let's look at the next one I want to try. I want to try this, cosine inverse of 5 over 13. So just like with before, I'm going to have to start here with 5 over 13. So 5 divided by 13. And then once I've done that, then I'm going to press cosine inverse. So here to get cosine inverse, I'm going to say second cosine. And here to get cosine inverse, I'm going to say second cosine. You'll notice we get the same answer. That will be your final answer. But again, you'll have to do this first and then that. And then for the last one, it's probably the most challenging. I'm going to start here and do tan 37, but remember, I'm going to actually have to say 37 tan. Now, I'm going to write down that decimal somewhere, and I'm going to write it with like 4 digits. So I'm going to write 0.7536, like that. Okay, so I'm just writing it down. And then what I'm going to do is, now that I know the decimal approximation, I'm going to say 100 divided by that. So I'm going to say 100 divided by 0.7536. And then here, 100 divided by 0.7536. Alright? So, using these two calculators, these types of problems are a little bit more involved. So I would recommend that you use, for example, your Desmos calculator if you don't have a graphing calculator, and it'd be a little bit easier.